Manhattan hotel rooms are, so does that mean that they're gonna have, like roaches and rats and really small rooms that look out into alleys? That's what I think of when I think of Manhattan hotel rooms. It is Sunday, May 23rd, 2021, and on this week's edition of Sunday Sofatime, we're talking about how expensive Disney has gotten. Welcome back, everybody. Before we get started, there's something I want to try out with you. I've got my new camera here. This is the Sony ZV-1, and I realized in the menu that it has a skin smoothing function, so I want to try it out. So here we are. Is the skin smoother? On the little monitor here, I can't tell, but I'm just gonna leave it on and I'll know when I edit it together if this was a stupid idea,
or if I should leave it like this all the time.
Now that we've got that tangent out of the way, you know what we're talking about today. We're talking about the very, very high prices for Disney. Specifically, I want to talk about two things, and we're going to look at some prices and website information along the way. That is the price of the brand new Marvel New York. What's it called? The official name is Hotel New York, New York, The Art of Marvel at Disneyland Paris, and the brand new Disney Wish cruise ship. Just a few weeks ago on Sunday Sofatime, I talked about the Disney Wish, the newest of the Disney fleet being built here a couple hours away in Germany. I have seen parts of it under construction, but that was a year ago. I'm sure it looks much different now. And Disney, did a big sort of online press conference presenting a lot of information about the ship, and I talked about that a couple weeks ago in Sunday Sofatime. I've got it linked up here. And so those two things are what we're gonna focus on today. And the first one I want to look at is this Disneyland Paris hotel. Disneyland Paris, many people still call it Euro Disney. It hasn't been officially called that in a long time. It is our Disney resort over here in Europe. We've been there several times. We have had season or annual passes 2 years. Last year there was a fiasco with the annual passes, but we enjoy to go there. It's only like a 1-hour flight down to Paris from up here in Hamburg, and we can get to the park really quickly. And there are several on-site hotels, and like I mentioned last year when I was there, one of the really awesome perks about the on-site official Disneyland hotels in Paris is you can walk to the parks from all of them, except for Davy Crockett Ranch, but that's more of like a campground. When we were there last year, that was the first time that we stayed in an official Disney resort. We stayed at Hotel Cheyenne, and if I remember correctly, I think I would compare it to like a value level resort in Florida, but just a little bit lower than that as far as like theming, quality, and amenities go. But you can walk to the parks, so big plus. One of the hotels that had been open for several years in the Disney Village or at Disneyland Paris was called Hotel New York, and it was closed a couple years ago to be transformed into this Art of Marvel hotel. Originally, if I remember correctly, it was supposed to open last summer, and then because of COVID and all that, it was postponed. And just recently, in fact, just last week, I think, it was, announced that it will be opening on July 29th. I've got my computer right here, that's why I keep sort of dazing off in the distance. There are many other times where I daze off in the distance, but this isn't one of them. And I took a look at what the prices were gonna be, and I was shocked. And I think you will be too. So let's take a look at the website here. I've already pulled it up. This is DisneylandParis.com, and I've got the information here for Hotel New York already pulled up. Let's take a look at it together. By the way, I don't know why, but sometimes when I'm scrolling on my computer or on my cell phone and using my external microphone, there's interference. And if anybody has a workaround for that for me, please let me know. And I hope it doesn't bother you too much. So this is what it looks like. And let's just sort of explore this together. I guess they're saying it's gonna be a 4-star resort, 4-star experience. It says here, live the high life in this completely reimagined 4-star hotel. Enjoy Manhattan-style comfort and personalized service in this modern hotel that has assembled Earth's mightiest Marvel artwork. The reason I'm laughing right now is because Manhattan hotels, I'm not sure that that's like the best standard to try to hold yourself up to. Manhattan hotel rooms are, so does that mean that they're gonna have, you know, like roaches and rats and really small rooms that look out into alleys? That's what I think of when I think of Manhattan hotel rooms. It says here more than 350 pieces of Marvel artwork. Nothing to click on there. An exclusive launch offer, Thor hammer throw from, oh, it's only a Thor hammer throw from the parks. That's a tongue twister. It's true. Because the Disneyland Hotel, which is over the entrance of the Disneyland Park, because that's closed now for renovation, the Hotel New York is actually the closest hotel to the parks. Is there something else interesting we can see here? All right. I know I saw a gallery here before, so let me try to find that. I think that came when I tried to book a room, so let's try this out here. Book a package. Let's go for just a week in July. So, I mean, this is summer vacation. Of course, it's going to be the higher rates anyways, but just to compare here. Yeah. So, for a week in July, I'm assuming this is a basic room. We'll do some more clicking in a second, but it's quoting a price here of $4,337 US dollars. We'll come back to the price in a second, but if I click here on Discover, then we can look a little bit more about what is being offered. This is definitely what it looks like from the front. When we were there last year, pretty much all of this facade was done. And here's the lobby, which, you know, looks very nice, very contemporary. It looks here like there's going to be some sort of character greeting experience as part of the hotel. This looks like a kids club, perhaps, in the hotel. Very fancy dining. This reminds me sort of cruise shippy, right? This looks like maybe the quick service. Looks a lot like sort of a mix of the Brown Derby in Disney Hollywood Studios and Commissary. This looks to be a bar with a changing skyline, you know, on the Disney Dream and also coming on the Disney Wish. They are going to also have bars like this where the windows are actually high definition television screens, and then the location of the bar changes. Or maybe what's going to be happening here, probably more likely, is that we're going to see the Avengers outside there flying around, you know, maybe saving the day, whatever. We'll just click through a few more of these. Here's a nice looking bar with a bunch of white people in it. Here's another restaurant. All right, let's look at the rooms here. It's interesting that they basically all use the exact same thumbnail here. So let's look at, I don't know, Superior Family Room. I mean, I like the colors, I like the design. I don't know if that looks like some sort of fancy luxury experience to me. It definitely doesn't look big, you know what I mean? Here's a bathroom. Very new, very modern design, sort of Iron Man inspired colors. That's all we can see. Let's see if we can look at, okay, good. An Empire State Club room and suite. So what is different about this? Is there maybe a little bit more space with that extra chair there, or some more artwork? Hard to say. That's the same bathroom picture. That's it? Okay, there's a king size bed and a sofa bed. What's the biggest one? Okay, the Art of Marvel Presidential Suite. Okay, this does look nice. Looks like what they've done there is they've taken 2 rooms and knocked through the wall and made it into one. Oh, okay. Very fancy. We're gonna have to see if we can get the price of that later. That does look really cool, doesn't it? What's like, here's a Spider-Man suite for 4 people. All right, so a different design, very large artwork. Also 2 rooms, very nice. I mean, I think having options like this, that's a good thing. But let's go back and just look at the price for a normal, just the normal hotel room there, 4,337 US dollars. So this is how I always like to do this. What is 4,337 divided by 7?
The answer is about 619.5714.
What's 619 divided by 2?
It's 309.5.
So that means that this hotel is, I mean, it's 619 US dollars a night or 309.5 per person. One thing to just to make it fair is that is including park hopper passes for every day. So still, $600 a day, including park hopper passes, is still a lot of money. And I don't know, you know, it does look really cool, but I don't feel like there's anything there, at least not from the information presented, anything there that would make me want to pay that much more money to stay there in comparison to, let's look at what the other hotels cost. One of the hotels that I'm fascinated by, which I think has a really cool theme, it reminds me a lot of the Wilderness Lodge in Florida, is the Sequoia Lodge. They're saying it's a 3-star hotel. It was closed last time we were there. It was like a big, it was kind of creepy. Okay, that's not open, but let's look at, Newport Bay is also pretty spendy. So Hotel Cheyenne is where we stayed last time. And so this is, you know, like how many thousands of dollars less? And it's maybe, oh, the cat's freaking out. I think there was a bird on the balcony. Oops. This is considerably less for a room of what it looks to be the same size. And then it's just a little bit further away and has no indoor pool. And it's just, you know, that's the thing. It's like, why is that worth so much more money? I don't get it. By the way, before I forget, and while I change my leg position here because my feet are asleep already, if you have this kind of travel budget and if that's the place you want to stay, I have absolutely no problem with it. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm, you know, I don't like this word, but shaming people who would want to stay there. If I had a bigger budget, then I would have no problem staying there too, and I would really like to see it. But just for that price, it's not gonna happen. Back to the comparison, like per day, I think it was $609 per day for the Hotel New York. And here, what is 2,615 divided by 7?
That would be about 373.5714.
What's 373 divided by 2?
The answer is 186.5.
I mean, come on. For the price of a week in the Hotel New York, I'm really bad at math. You could go like 2.5 times in Hotel Cheyenne. I don't get it. I would have no problem staying at Hotel Cheyenne again twice. All right, now we're gonna move on and look at the prices of the Disney Wish. And this is gonna be very interesting to me. I just looked in it really quickly, so this is gonna sort of be a react video for me as well. We're gonna look at that just after this short commercial break. It's really interesting to me to see if more people write that they got a commercial this time now because this is a non-cruise related video. One of the reasons I feel like so many people have not been getting ads on my channel is because it's cruise related, and I feel like maybe a lot of companies are just not interested in paying for ad space on cruise related stuff because, you know, cruising hasn't been happening for so long. But so if you did get an ad, please write that you did get an ad, and if you want to tell me what it's about in the comments below, I'd be really interested to see if it's more because of this video. So I'm already on the Disney Cruise Line site. It's disneycruise.disney.go.com, and they have this button, view early booking dates. I pressed on it already, and this is what comes up. So the first thing that's offered here is this three-night Bahamian cruise from Port Canaveral, and it goes to Nassau and Castayway Key. So one sort of basic location, and Castayway Key is one amazing vacation or location. We were there on our Disney Dream cruise last January, and it was great. So the thing is like normal people right now can't book these rates. They have a list of who can book at the moment, and it's like it all has to do with your status in the Disney Cruise Frequent Cruisers Club. I don't know exactly what it's called on Disney, but we can look at the prices. And so if you see here some of the first cruises, June 17th, 2022, an inside cabin for a 3-night cruise is 2,551 euros. I can't get these prices here in dollars, but just to give you an idea. How many US dollars is 2,551 euros?
It's 3,110 US dollars and 22 cents.
Did you hear that?
3,110 dollars
for a 3-night cruise. I know that. Oh, I just realized I haven't been recording the screen. Hold on. So now you can see what I see here. And I know that if we scroll down a little bit and look at later dates, it does get a little bit more affordable. It's weird to use that word when speaking about a Disney cruise. So if we I'm just gonna scroll like way down here, see how far into the future we can get. So now we're in September, October of 2022, so next year already. Oh, but I can't open that up. Let's scroll back up. I thought maybe I could sort of get more detail about the cabins and stuff like that. It doesn't look like I can. So I'm gonna scroll way back down again. To get to the least expensive prices we have here. So this is a September 3-night cruise on the Disney Wish next year, 2022, and an inside cabin is gonna cost 1,576 euros, which is, how many US dollars is 1,576 euros?
It's 1921 US dollars and 72 cents.
So 1,921, well, let's say $1,922. So that, when you think of paying for a cruise, that doesn't seem like so much, but then you have to remember this is for 3 nights in an inside cabin. So let's ask again, what's 1,922 divided by 3?
That would be about 640.6666.
What's 641 divided by 2?
That would be 320.5.
$320 per person per night for a 3-night cruise.
It's gonna be a no for me.
Like I said, I wish I had a bigger budget and that I wouldn't have to think so much about these things and these prices, but that's just, and that's another thing where I would rather, for that money, I would rather take 2 cruises or even 3 cruises than one 3-night cruise on the Disney Wish. Even though Castaway Key is amazing and even though it looks like the Disney Wish is going to be fabulous, it's just not gonna happen. And I'm really curious about, about your thoughts about it. I know a lot of you have around the same travel budget that I have. One thing that would really interest me, hold on, let me stop this, is if there are people out there who have a much larger travel budget than I do, but still would not choose to pay these prices, can we talk about it? Will you write something about that in the comments? I'm just curious because for me, I feel like if all of a sudden I came into a lot of money, then I would not think twice about booking something like this. Just because I know it's gonna be great. But if there are people who, love cruising or love Disney, but still, even though they have the budget, wouldn't pay this, I'd like to hear from you. And the thing that makes this so frustrating is there are enough people willing to pay that price that Disney doesn't have to lower the prices. And you know, from a business standpoint, of course, that's the way to do it. That is definitely the way to do it, to push the price point up as high as you can and tell people stop paying it, and then you know how much you can charge. And I feel like it's something that Disney has been very good at, because I can't imagine that people would be willing to pay even more than they already pay. But you know, every year it goes up a little bit, and every year we keep going back, so I don't know. And I wanna keep this video from being too long, but one thing I just thought of that I'd really like to know, so if anybody's interested in doing this for me, because I can't access the American Disney World vacation booking page from here. I can only access the European one, and I get different prices and have much less flexibility as far as the packages go. Can somebody look at the dates that I just had for Disneyland Paris and tell me what it would cost to do, like, pick some comparable hotels, you know, like Pop Century and Wilderness Lodge or something like that, and let me know the price differences in the comments, please. So it'd just be an interesting thing for me to look at. And I think we've talked enough about that, so now comes the time on Sunday Sofatime where I comment on your comments live on air. In last week's Sunday Sofatime, I talked about just from my experiences, some things you're gonna need to know if you've got a cruise coming up in the summer of 2021. And these comments are on that video. And by the way, I turned off the skin smoothing just in case it was really awful, and then just wanted to make sure that the whole video wasn't like that. And the first comment is from Henry Scherer. Henry writes, one of your best Sunday Sofa times. Thank you. Handy dandy information on how to cruise during a pandemic. And you know, people have pointed out there's some things I missed. And as I said in the video, things are changing all the time. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. And if you do have a cruise booked, make sure that you are constantly looking for the newest information. But thanks, Henry. It's nice to have some positive feedback. Next comment is from Craig Waitman. Craig writes, having a roof over the pool / beach club part of the ship is gonna be a new normal thing because they can still use the space in wet and windy weather. The P&O Iona has a roof too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what Craig is referring to here is my most recent cruise was on a German ship, the German brand of Carnival Aida, and the ship was the Aida Perla. And the ship has not much outdoor water space and a lot of indoor water space. And at the beginning of the cruise, I thought it was kind of lame, but by the end of the cruise, I totally understood why they did it, and I really enjoyed it. And like Craig was saying, if you're on a cruise where the weather's not so nice, even if it's in a warm space and it's raining, it's still nice to have a roof over the pool. You know what I mean? So yeah, it could be a new trend, and I guess I wouldn't really complain. Final comment is from the Cruise Monkeys, and they have a YouTube channel, and they are on the inaugural cruise of the MSC Virtuosa, the very first cruise to leave the UK. They're on it right now. So if you want to see their videos coming up, they're a lot of fun. Check out the Cruise Monkeys channel, and they write, always a fun watch. Some useful info in preparation for our Virtuosa cruise next week, which is now. We're looking forward to trying all the specialty restaurants and also Rob the robotic barman. I know you guys are having fun, and I'm looking forward to watch your videos when you get back. And one of the things that they're mentioning here, Rob the robotic barman, is something that's premiering also on the Virtuosa. It's a robotic bartender, and it's different than the robotic bartender on the Royal Caribbean ships. It's like the shape of a droid, so it's like a humanoid, and you know, it has arms, and I think that it's almost like a show from what I understand, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the videos that are going to be posted from Cruise Monkeys, from Emma Cruises, from all those people who are on that ship right now. So make sure you go over, check out Cruise Monkeys channel, and write in the comments that I sent you. Hi guys. And that's it for this Sunday Sofa Time. Thank you as always for spending this part of your day with me, if it's a Sunday or whenever you watch it. There are more videos coming from the beautiful Aida Perla cruise ship coming up this week and next week. week. And very soon, I will have an announcement about my next travel plans. If you want to be one of the first people to find out about it, then check out patreon.com/veryunofficial. See if there's something over there that might work for you. You get extra information, extra videos, and you help keep the Very Unofficial Travel Guides afloat. See what I did there? See you soon.